I would be amazed if there's anyone in this room who doesn't travel by train to London at least once or twice a year. Some people may do it once or twice a week. I'm going to talk about South West Trains. I'm not going to read all this out, but it's a very big organisation. The franchise covers all the trains through Surrey pretty well, down to the south coast, down as far as Exeter. It's being re-let this year by the government, so that's why I'm talking to you today. It's been run for 10 years by South West Trains. It's over 10% of the UK rail passenger market. It's a big beast. It's a big revenue earner for HMG. So for those of you who want change there, you want lower prices or you want more facilities, remember the Treasury is taking between 350 and 400 million pounds a year out of it, and they're not going to give that up very easily. And the consultation for this franchise that the government is running closes in about 10 days' time. So you have an opportunity this weekend, if you're bored, to look up the consultation document, have a read of it, and if you want to say anything about what might be in the contract that runs from 2017 for the next 7 to 10 years, that's your chance. You could comment as an individual, you could comment saying what it does for your business or what your business needs. The numbers on this franchise, they're running 1,700 trains a day, about 5,000 staff. There are actually 19,000 car park spaces. Probably doesn't feel like that at 8 o'clock in the morning at Guildford when you're trying to find one, okay? They're running about 90% trains running within 5 minutes at their destination. Doesn't sound very good, and it isn't. It's approaching a £1 billion a year turnover business. So it's big business. And in the 3 hours between 7 and 10 o'clock in the morning, 5 days a week, 100,000 people arrive at Waterloo. Huge numbers of people moving through quite narrow channels. So what are the issues? Overcrowding, I've just mentioned. People stand regularly from Winchester and Guildford going into London on the fast trains. And the stations are getting very busy as well. Clapham Junction, you will stand and wait in the morning for the next train, or even the train after that, before you can shuffle forward to get on a train. Waterloo is to be rebuilt. There'll be a big blockade in 2017 when they close off a big chunk for about 2 to 3 weeks while they reorganise, and they'll reopen then, and ultimately at the end of 2017 we'll have all the platforms able to take longer trains. And that will be the 10-car railway on all the suburban routes. So a red train, to those that travel regularly through Guildford, will all go to 10-car. That will make a difference, but that's on the slower routes, and it's not about the main line. So the main line capacity is a problem. We need a flyover at Woking, because it's what we call a flat crossing. We might need some in-cab signalling. That might give us 3 extra trains in the high peak hour going between Woking and Clapham Junction. Could we squeeze out some more seats? Could we make the trains even longer? There's all sorts of very expensive things we could do, but fundamentally we can't let the status quo, because in terms of the numbers, £1 billion a year, it's still growing at about 7% revenue a year. That's not volume, that's revenue, but it's still consistent growth. So the pressure's going up and up and up. People are travelling earlier to avoid getting held up. These are the issues for Surrey. Overcrowding, Guildford needs a big rebuild. Flat crossing at Woking. Crossrail 2 is now being talked about. What will the impact be on Surrey, and will that be good news or bad news? Will it mean that actually more trains stop more often and it doesn't improve things for us? Oh, I've got to the end. There we go. 3 minutes 45. It's not bad.